Hey guys, yeah, I sure you're looking at this going, oh god damn it, is this just going to be the norm now? And no, just so we're on the same page here. Only reason I didn't have time to script this review out or actually film it or edit it or any of that is because I'm actually getting ready to take a trip up north because my sister's getting married. So I've been working almost nonstop so that I can do that and still, be financially stable with, woman and two kids. Uh, so big pain in the ass there, but I'm doing the best I can. And when it came to this movie, I was like, no, I don't care if I don't have time to script it. It would be an absolute crime not to talk about this film. When it comes to Fantastic Four, I'm a huge fan. If you've seen my review or hardcore rant on how much I fucking hated Fan Four Stick, the 2015 film, you should know that I'm a huge Fantastic Four fan. That I grew up with it. That I have long been a massive fan. And when it came to the original three movies, the one made by Roger Corman and the two Tim Story films, you know what? Again, if I'm being embarrassingly honest, I do like them. And because at the end of the day, they're far from perfect, but they do understand what Fantastic Four is and what Fantastic Four should be. And to say that this film, Fantastic Four First Steps, understands it would be an absolute understatement because this movie was fucking phenomenal. This is, in my honest opinion, one of the very best MCU films that's ever been made. It is fucking up there uh, for me. Like, honestly, there are very few MCU films I walk out going, oh my god, that was fucking perfect. Perfect. Very few in the past. Off the top of my head, I can think of Infinity War, Captain America Winter Soldier, uh, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and now this. Yeah, it's up there for me. This is a brilliant take on the Fantastic Four, and what made it such a breath of fresh air, I think, was the fact that they set it in its own universe, and you know they didn't have to worry about the continuity or like any crossover shit. Like this honestly felt like sitting down watching the first X-Men movie for the first time or watching the first Spider-Man movie for the first time, where like it's not worried about these other universes. It's its own thing in its own universe where the Fantastic Four are known public figures. They've been doing this for several years, so it bypasses the whole origin story thing, which honestly is fine because I think it's just common knowledge what the origin of the Fantastic Four is. So, okay, what did I love so much about this damn movie? First of all, the casting is chef's kiss, fucking perfect. Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, especially, just fucking brilliant in this film. This is the best performance I've ever seen from her. She fits Sue Storm so fucking well. This is definitely the best interpretation I've seen on film thus far. In terms of Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards, when it comes to Pedro Pascal, I'm always kind of mixed because honestly, I think he's a brilliant actor, but I'm also kind of tired of seeing him in fucking everything. Like I think right now he's got like four separate films in the like three or four different films in theaters that star him and or at least co-star him. And yeah, like I love him as an actor, but at the end of the day, I don't need to see him in fucking everything. And that was kind of my attitude towards him being casted in this. I'm like, of course he was casted. Of course it was Pedro Pascal. It's kind of like back in the day when Benedict Cumberbatch was cast as Doctor Strange. Like, um, honestly, when that casting was going on, I was hoping for Keanu Reeves, but they casted Benedict Cumberbatch, and I was kind of disappointed then. I'm like, oh god, of course, he's the hot actor right now, so they gotta hire him. But Benedict Cumberbatch was a great Doctor Strange, and I ate my fucking words. And you know what? I'll eat my words now with Pedro Pascal. He did a wonderful job as Reed Richards. I don't think he's the best Reed Richards we've had on film, but honestly, I think he was great. I think his chemistry with Vanessa Kirby was just spot on. Like I'm like, no, these are the characters I grew up reading in the damn comics. Um, and speaking of that as well, we got Johnny Storm and the thing. We got Johnny Storm played by Joseph Quinn from Stranger Things. Okay, great casting. I prefer Chris Evans, if only because, like, again, I'm more used to that, more of a hothead, hot natured, and womanizing kind of Johnny Storm. So, like, I'm more used to that. But in terms of just being the one who's quippy and still hitting out a bunch of women, like, and, still busting Reed's balls all the time. Like, yeah, he does a pretty good job, and he has very good chemistry with uh, Evan Moss Backrack, I think is his name, as the Thing. I think Evan Moss does wonderful as the Thing, as Ben Grimm. And it's a very different take. It's only, I want to say I like Michael Chiklis more, if only because we were able to see his origin. But again, it's two very different versions of the Thing here, because that was a thing that, was like horrified at what he became, and wanted and had to come to terms with what the Thing was, and becoming the Thing and just being that. That was the journey we saw in the Tim Story films. That was the journey we saw him go on in even the Corman film. Um, but in this, because we bypassed the whole origin, he's long past that, and it's 4 years into them being heroes, and he has accepted it, and in fact, he loves being the Thing, and I like that version of the character. Like there's it's two different versions, played by Evan Moss and Michael Chiklis, but both are great in their own respects. Yeah, I was very pleased with it, and I think that him and Johnny's back and forth was actually very good. Again, it's been 4 years into them being a team, so they're not as at each other's throats, okay, but they still have a lot of quippy lines towards each other that I thought was nice, and they do have good chemistry. All the cast has great chemistry. When it comes to let's talk about Silver Surfer for a second, because I know a lot of people were bitching, saying, "Oh god, they gender swapped the fucking Silver Surfer." No, they didn't. Okay, Shalabal is a fucking Silver Surfer in the comics. Now listen, we all love Norrin Rad, okay? And yes, I would have loved to see Norrin Rad here. But here's the thing, and I'm going to make 2 points here. One, we've already seen Norrin Rad on film, and say what you will about Rise of Silver Surfer, they did Norrin Rad pretty damn well. Okay, I thought Doug Jones was awesome. He looked the part in that film, and I thought Lawrence Fishburne did a phenomenal job fucking voicing him. So, sorry, give me a second. I'm holding up this damn phone. Sorry, guys. Um, but yeah, Julia Garner was amazing. She did a great job as this character. And there's this one particular scene towards the end with Johnny, where basically, I won't say what happens because I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't seen it, but I will say he's kind of almost shaming her in a way for shit she's done on other planets. And, like, that crap, like, Julie Garner really sells that tortured soul, like, someone who realizes what she's done, and she has to come to terms with that and face it, and it's kind of gut wrenching. Like, it's just a great scene. I thought she was a great Silver Surfer, and yeah, I don't know why people aren't really giving her a chance there, because again, it is a character from the comics. And the other point I wanted to make about that is that this is set in its own universe. It's not in the MCU. It's not in the what the hell do they call it? The Sacred Timeline? The Sacred Timeline? Is that what we're fucking calling the MCU now? It's not in the Sacred Timeline. It's in its own little universe. So, Shalabal being the Silver Surfer, that's fine. I don't see why that's an issue. But the one cast member, I'd be amiss not to talk about him, is Ralph Ineson as Galactus. Guys, they did Galactus right. I mean, I saw how Galactus looked in this damn movie. And I just, honestly, I wanted to go up back and smoke a cigar and go, oh, we do each other good, movie. We do each other good. Like, because, goddamn, they did Galactus so fucking spot on here. I was amazed at how well they did him. And what was so mind blowing was that his suit was entirely fucking practical. They did not CGI this shit. Obviously, they CGI'd him to make him look larger, but the suit he's wearing is a practical fucking suit. You know, like, they didn't just put him in mocap and shit. Like, that he's wearing an actual fucking Galactus suit. It looks ripped straight from the fucking comic. And that's, like, probably this movie's biggest strength is that everything, the suits, the aesthetic, even the way the intro feels, it feels ripped straight out of the original comic books. Like, I was just blown the fuck away by the aesthetic of this movie and how they presented everything. How it's like this retro 60s version. You know what it felt like? It felt like the fucking Jetsons. It really felt like the fucking Jetsons, and I love that shit. I loved that shit. It just gave off this really kick-ass vibe. And it was just so cool being in this world. It almost makes me sad that this version of Fantastic Four is going to join the MCU, because I'm like, no, I want more of this world, goddammit. Keep them here. Keep these fuckers here. I want more of this goddamn universe. Thank you very much. You know? I don't need to see them meeting these other people. No, keep them here. Make them their own goddamn thing. I'm okay with that. The score is brilliant. You know, Michael Giacchino. When the fuck did that motherfucker write a bad score? Never. It's impossible. Okay? You know, do I think it's better than the score in the 2005 film? That's hard to say, honestly. Like, it's hard to say, because I think the score in the Tim Story films for the Fantastic Four was brilliant. I love that score as well. Again, I think those films don't get enough credit in terms of how the music in those films was presented, and not only that, but how the whole family dynamic was presented. See, this is where Fantastic fucking failed so goddamn miserably, was they misunderstood what the comics are about. They are about family. That they are Marvel's first family. If you get that wrong, you have no business calling yourself Fantastic Four. And that's where Fantastic fails, but that's where this film fucking succeed. It succeeds wholeheartedly. It understood that the focus had to be on this family and the relationships with each other. And even, you know, them having disagreements, everything just felt so natural. Like, the dialogue in this fucking movie is so good. It's so good. Like, you completely buy... You don't even see the actors after a while. You just see these fucking characters. They are so fucking good together. And a lot of that is attributed to the script and the dialogue, which is amazing. I don't know how they did that. Like, you look at the 2005 film and the 2007 film, and yeah, you like the chemistry with the cast as well, but at the same time, a lot of the dialogue is very corny. Let's just call it what it is. But that was a product of the time. It was 2000, so I can forgive that. Here, the dialogue is, like, top tier for these characters. The way they react, it feels so natural and authentic. I'll be honest, I am hard-pressed to find anything I didn't like in this movie. Like, honestly, this movie was, to me, perfection. There was not... I mean, a lot of people have talked about... There's one flaw I know a lot of people have talked about, and it's Franklin Richards. People keep talking about, like, oh, the baby looks CG as fuck, it looks bad, it looks horrendous. There was maybe a couple moments, like one or two moments, where, okay, yeah, you could tell it was a CGI baby in some scenes. But none of that ruins the damn movie. Okay, like, this motherfucker does not look like Renesmee in the fucking Twilight movies. Don't ask me why I remember that fucking name. Name of that stupid ass CG abomination baby. But whatever. Compared to that, this looked fucking fine, okay? Um, and I think that's one of the things that really elevates Sue's character is the fact that she is a mother for half of this movie. And they really do focus on that and like the motherly instincts and Reed's fatherly instincts and how, at one point, Galactus is willing to just spare their planet as long as they give up the baby, and they're like, no, we're not giving up our child for anything. It's, yeah, like they really focus on that family dynamic and they do it so damn well. The movie's shot brilliantly, it's written brilliantly, it's acted brilliantly. I really have no notes. I thought this movie was perfection, as I said. So yeah, if you have not seen First Steps, do yourself a fucking favor, man. Go see this shit. It's great.